Hey guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to my channel. You all requested a long form for my thoughts on publishing my first novel. So here I am. Hi, I exist. This will not contain I'm not going to talk much about what the book's about. I'm not going to be talking much about the scenes I like, which those are two videos I will obviously be doing. But it's just kind of about how I feel about it, what my emotions are, especially about 5 days after the fact, which I still can't believe it's been that long, okay? It still feels like the day I did it. There's a range of emotions, okay? My emotions are up, down, sideways, upside down. I don't really know what to say. Just like, wow, I did it. That's my main emotion. It's like, I did it. I did it. And I never thought this was something I'd be able to do. Especially if you read my author's note, you'll be seeing that a lot as well, where I explain a little bit like, hey, this is something I've dreamed of for 3 years, but I never really thought it would actually happen. And I still am kind of in denial, even though it's happened. It's such a big accomplishment for me, and I still cannot believe it's, you can buy it. You can read it. You can read it whenever you want. Because usually, the way I see my book still is like, oh, it's a Google Doc. They just go on once in a while to type something or edit something. But then I realized, wait, no, I can hold it physically in my hands. If I want to look at a scene, I can flip through my book and find it on the exact page. It's just so surreal. It's so surreal. Like, it's something I never thought I'd even be able to do. You know? It's just insane. Like, wow. And also, just, it's just a beautiful thing for me. Because it's like, wow, like, this product, I've been working on it for 3 years now. 3 full years this has been. From March of 2022. So I remember the exact date. It was March 6th of 2022. And I published it 3 years after it. And it's just so surreal. It's so insane. I can't believe I actually did that. Like, what? And I feel like another thing I really feel right now is just so much joy and happiness. Like, it's just been constant. Where I just feel like, yes, I did it. It's just been a constant, look, I did it. Like, I think about it a lot. And it's really weird. Also, that's another emotion I'm feeling. I'm feeling kind of weird because this is the first time my extended family, or even my immediate family, has ever really read any of my stuff. Because most of the time they won't, not because they're not interested. It's just because they're the type of people who are like, I'm not going to read it till it's finished. Now it's finished. So it's very interesting to see their reactions to what I write and what I read, as well as what I think on a daily basis. It's very weird, but it's also very rewarding. For example, before the book was published, my dad read the entire document. He finished it in January, and he said it was really good. And he had never read it before. This was his first time, and it made me feel so happy. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, you like that? I'm like, ah! My mother is currently reading it right now. She said it was really good. She said she likes it so far, so that's good. And I'm having some extended family read it because it's published and they did buy the book. So thank you guys. Also, thank you to whoever bought it. Like, my heart is so happy right now. Thank you. And if you are interested in buying it, links in the description of my channel. But back to what I was saying. It's just very weird because my extended family, I haven't even said much about my book too. I think I've only said a couple things. So when they read it, or if they're reading it right now, it's going to be very weird at family gatherings to like talk about my projects if they do bring it up. So I think it'll be very rewarding, but it's also going to be very, very weird. So I'm like, oh, Olivia, why did you write this certain thing? And I'm going to have to explain why I did X, Y, and Z. Which is very weird to me because I do some questionable things in that book. But it's fine. That's really the scope of my emotions right now, honestly. 5 days post-publish. And honestly, it just feels so nice because people have come up and congratulated me, people who know me, people have been so excited for me, and it's just, I've never really had those emotions when it really comes to my book, except among close friends. So I'm like, wow, it's out in the world. People who know me are excited for me, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, wow, you published a book. I'm just so grateful for it. And it's something I never thought would happen to me. So, yeah, and one more thing, if I could say anything to like my younger self who is currently writing Exposed, like me from 3 years ago who is currently writing Exposed for the first time and unsure where to go, I just want to tell her she made it. And she made it. I think it's amazing about what I did and am doing still. Like, I'm finishing other books. I finished like 8 books, including drafts, between 3 years ago and now. So that's insane to me. And I also want to say, like, wow, because at the same time, because every single time I've written Exposed 3 times. And every time I have written it, it's been insane. Meaning, I've been through very different stages of my life each time I've written it. I've been just in very different stages. 3 years is a long time. And I've been like this. I feel like my first draft was more of like my novice writing stage. I'm a little bit more mature in my second draft, and then also I'm kind of more sad for some weird reason. Like, that was a sad time for me when I wrote it. And then when I wrote it back in September, I've finally moved on from things that were holding me back, and I've figured out, hey, like, this is how I finally figured out my writing style. So this was a perfect draft to publish, because I thought I was getting the other 2 drafts published at some point. The entire time, I'm like, I'm going to get this published. But I think I'm so happy with how draft 3 turned out. Because if I had published any of those other drafts, a lot of different emotions would have come across. And it's not what I would have wanted readers to take away. But I think this draft really encapsulates who I am now and where I've come from in certain stages of my life. That might not come across to a reader, but it comes across to me as the writer. So I just wanted to let you all know that. And again, I want to say thank you all for supporting me this long with 210 subscribers. Thank you. And also, I want to thank you for all who have purchased my book and all who are excited to read it. And I hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, peace out. Thank you so much.